Hello, hello! This is Ice and Quinn with EEO Studio. Today we're playing another mission in Subnautica. It's a Microsoft early release game, similar to Ark Survival. Well, there's a number of them. I haven't checked out the program, take a look at it. They are not finished. They are what are often called alpha or a little bit past alpha. At least alpha state, I think, for all of them. This one for being an early release game on the Xbox in the very first port, does have some problems, but it is still functional. I think, managed to do about 50, 60 hours in it so far, and accomplished quite a bit. So I'm pleased with the game. Some lag issues, definitely frame rate drops, some improvements that can be made. I think will be made probably within days of this video release. So hopefully they'll all come through and we'll be caught up with the PC version. I will also be posting a PC version as well, so you can have some comparison between them. It's not going to be a regular Let's Play, probably just segments. So just to get started, we're not going to use without further ado, just because everyone on YouTube says that. So, without saying that cliche line, we are in the Cyclops, which I've renamed as Nautilus, based on my favorite, as a child, favorite television series, Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea. So you see this game is made for me. What we are going to do today is actually go to the Aurora, which means we need to get a little bit closer here. So let's hop in the pilot seat. And as we go, I'll try and show you some of the modifications I've made. The biggest problem with the Cyclops, which is a larger submarine, if you haven't tried it yet, is power usage. So you want to make a lot of power cells. Getting a hold of the copper for the power cells is fairly easy. I will say in the PC version that the Aurora moves much faster and has some much neater stuff on board, much needed too. So maybe by the time you watch this, it'll all be there. Some other things I think are mentioned in the description here I'm going to show you how to access the console commands. I've actually not used them, but I wish I'd known about them before I put in 60 hours in the game, because I've reset and launched quite a bit. And that's the other problem, is that sometimes this game might be interrupted with a couple splices in, because it will crash if you're on too long. We're in the creeper vine area here. I don't want to hit the ground, so I'll just submerge a little bit, take a look. Headlights are technically on this, but they're very hard to see. Getting low on food. If you haven't been to Floater Island, which I have marked on my map as Paradise Island, and excuse some of the overcompensation, not only is there a little bit of lag, but highly sensitive controls. And if you are in an area where there's a lot of constructions, a lot of builds, then you will get more lag, even though I'm above the surface. Either way, oh man, inventory's full. On Floater Island, or what I'm calling Paradise Island, there is a fruit tree. This fruit tree, well, there's many fruit trees actually, but this one is really handy for food. You don't really need to worry about it much. And if you can get the water filtration system, actually, I guess maybe that's where we'll try. No, I was going to go to the Aurora, so we'll stick with the Aurora. I have too many things in there. You want the water filtration system. If we get a chance, I'll do this or add it in a second video. Yeah, health's up. I want to bring all this stuff back to my base with me, which is called Aurora Prime. I have 2 sea moths. I have the stuff to build a second Cyclops. My fear is I don't want to lag the game out completely. So, and I will be doing some saves on occasion. Turn on the headlights. There we go. And I have lots of beacons. Beacons for places that I was saying about building other bases, and beacons for a couple of the islands. There's 2 islands I found. I suspect there might be more. I'm not sure. So this is the base. You can see we get a lot of pop in because of, well, it's the nature of the game. Once you get in any vehicle, it's not really time related. If I've seen some people suggest, it is more the fact that this vehicle is faster, and so when you first start playing the game, oh, we're at the bottom. When you first start playing the game, these pads are going nowhere, so I guess I should have built this someplace else. You move slower without a fast vehicle, so you don't have much pop-in and lag issue. This lag is actually much worse than normal. I'm doing the recording on a... I'm also getting hit by some of the stalkers down here. Actually, I can't park in there because I already have one in there. Oh, so this one, yeah, this one doesn't have. This one has active sonar, but not any defenses. It's very easy to find some of the upgrades. It's difficult to find the moon pool. Might do a video on just the moon pool itself. It's a challenge. I'd suggest getting the Cyclops before getting the moon pool, just because the Cyclops gives you a little bit better range of operations. But you know, when I finally did it, I never went that deep. Oh, it just caused some severe damage to the facility there. So let's go ahead and hop out, turn off the headlights here, and hop out. See if we don't get attacked by a stalker. And every time you get out of the vehicle, anything that's active last will activate again. So don't put torpedoes and dock next to your station. We'll check out this, see if the structure is intact. This is an observatory from the island that I added in all the features. And the next update will include some creatures that can damage your facility. That's why they have all this, you know, stuff and integrity of the facility. Mine's about 55 right now, so it's pretty high. These bulkheads add to it, and if you get a leak, the bulkheads are handy for isolating a leak because it can flood the entire place. Close that door and go with this frame rate. It does improve as the game goes on. You know, it seems once a few assets get loaded. But this base I've actually reduced in size. These are my green rooms. And still, I gotta hop up over this. This is a little bit of a, I think, a bug. The top of the aquarium you have to jump on top of. And there's another airlock. I find it necessary to have a number of airlocks in the game, and food in every room. What we're going to do is go down to my warehouse, call it lab also. This is my communications room because I have the radio in here. There we go. And what we're going to do is grab some material to make a battery. I have a creeping vine farm outside the base that allows me to make silicone rubber very easily. So I'm going to take 2 of these because I can make another power cell out of that. And I have an exotics storage chamber. These are just the 2 ground lockers placed side by side. I have no problem getting those with a couple of islands. I will do, I guess, a video on how to get to those islands. You get pretty much everything you need. I actually haven't put the magnesium in the salt because magnesium comes from salt. And once you have a water purification or filtration system, no problem getting salt either. Okay, and keep the fish, keep the water. Lots of tanks on me. Always have a medical kit fabricator because you get enough med kits to last you a lifetime. You see my med packs are here. And I just keep running up the warehouse on them. I do want to bring over some to the ship. I haven't put one on the Cyclops because it uses a lot of energy. I've got stacks of batteries, but still. Oh, I need mushrooms. So we get the acid mushrooms. Let's see if they're in my... Yep, I've got some extra ones here. Let's go ahead and take 4 of those, because that's how many we'll need. Just to make another power cell. Actually, what I'll do is make 2 batteries, because I'll need those for the Sea Glide when we go into the Aurora. So go ahead and make a battery. Doesn't hurt to have a couple extra of those. You would think you would save space, but really the size of the materials needed are just about the size that the batteries take up. No, actually in this case they're not, so I take that back. So we'll drop off. I was going to make power cell. You need the silicon rubber for that, but I'll just put it back in my creeper vine. Initially I had creeper vines in here, I just haven't relabeled it. So we'll put up the titanium. Going to keep the 3 tanks on me. Got extra food, but we'll drop by the other labs to get some food. Just the doors downstairs. It's a parallel route, so you can go either way. Go ahead and grab some food here. There we go. I'm trying not to. I'm moving slowly so I don't overcompensate on the movement, just to make everyone nauseated who's watching. So instead, I just make it seem incredibly tedious. I have this jazz up this room a little bit. It used to be my primary room, but then I switched the base from this side to this side. And I do close the doors because with the frame rate drop, you can run into your base or have your base appear in the middle of you. As you can see with those eggs you're flying around, you can raise those. I want to go out and get a nice collection of those critters. Oh, let's go into, don't have any labels here, but the next floor does. And we've got communications, greenhouse, supply room, and greenhouse again. So we want to actually, I don't have it labeled going down, but going down is my collections. I missed some collections in there. Yeah. Okay. We'll catch that later. So you can see the critters. This is a double height. I don't know if you actually need it. I might reduce that and see how it works. And I'm also growing 1 creeper vine in there, even though, as I said, I have a farm of them outside. Go in the other facility. This is basically my tank room, where I have fish that I can eat if I needed. Greenhouse, and over to operations. Operations is where it's my office, so there's a bench, some extra equipment, my desk, a window, my poster of the other game that Unknown Worlds, the creator of this game, they made Natural Selection. You might played on the 360. And my personal aquarium. That creeper vine is growing back again. That's annoying. And let's go in here and grab some extra water. If you get the water filtration units, you will be overrun with water. I made 2 of them. 1 is probably enough. Takes a lot of power. But it's great for getting salt and great for, well, getting water. I actually have too much salt in here right now, and probably too much water. I'll have to make another storage container for some of these things. 2, I'll keep 2 myself, and we'll go back and put up some of this salt. With the moon pool, you can modify the Aurora. It's the moon pool. It's a creeper vine that, you know, if you build on top of something, it clips through. So I thought I got this one out. Let's go in the water and see if we can take care of that. We're in stalker territory, so you must be careful. But in the same area, this is right near the spawn. Did I get it? Yeah, I got it. Let me go up and drop everything I got. In this very same area, there's a lot of pickups, a lot of blueprints you can get. So I would suggest getting your Sea Glide, a couple batteries, and going through just to make sure you have plenty of space. This is just all my upgrades. I keep make upgrades. You can swap them out. You can have up to 4 upgrades on the Sea Moth. Mine have various new names. Let's go upstairs around this tank. And yeah, right now it's not the size of the building that causes the game to crash. It is building itself. So if you started out early and you got a lot of crashes, it's because of construction. That is why. So don't blame the game too much. What were we going to do? Oh, we're going to dump some of the salt, weren't we? Yes. I put away the titanium, otherwise I would have made another locker. Does this go all the way down? It's odd, they don't have animations for ladders, but they have animations for opening those doors. Don't know if they're going to put animations for ladders or not. So let's make some more magnesium. One thing, oh, you know, I haven't showed you how to get to the console. One thing that would come in handy, oh, make a lead plate too. Battery times 2. Oh, I've got 2 batteries, I don't do that. Is getting the charge powder. I finally got it after working considerably hard on it, and basically drops in the game is when you enter into what the equivalent of a chunk, it will start literally dropping random materials. As if you've ever played Minecraft, they just fall right out of the sky, hence the term drop. Don't know if most people know that, or not even most programmers. It's just because they spawn above the surface and drop gently down below. So if you keep coming to the game, you can get the dead charge fish to, or I forget the name of them, but it's a charge powder that you get from them. Maybe they're chargers. Eventually get them to spawn. Or what you can do, which I will show you without mentioning that ado thing. You hold R1, L1 bumpers, both bumpers, R1, L1, and hit the A simultaneously. Not 1, 2, then 3, but try to get them as closely as possible. The game has some natural lag in it, so that's because if you ever hit, and let's see if I can even do it here. If you ever hit a button and nothing happens, that's because of the lag. There we go. So you hit both bumpers and letter A, and then there's a list of dev commands. You can find them in the wiki. Just do a search on YouTube. I'll add a link in here. But if you wanted an item, you could type in item, and then the name of the item, say titanium, and then the quantity, and that would give you your item. And there's a host of other commands. So you might find it better. If I'd known about it, I would have just spawned some charge powder, but I didn't, and now I sort of have a few around, and I've been able to get them. You don't need much in the game for the welder so far, is what I found. So let's go ahead and hop out here. Well, first let's make sure we got the right suit on. Glide, radiation, suit, yep. Covered, we got a good knife. Show me the 70%. Not great. Let's make sure we've got our welder with us. Yep, okay. So we're pretty much set. Let's get into the C-ray. You can modify them so you can have storage container on the side. So I do have the propulsion cannon, which is actually pretty handy for knocking stuff about. And more copper. You can't have enough copper in this game if you're... I might even bring the propulsion cannon with me. If you're...
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Going to use any vehicle, you need lots of batteries. This one actually needs some repair before I go anywhere, so let's see if we can take it up here a little bit, get out and repair it. This is my outdoor farm. I have the creeper vines here that provide light. I removed a couple of the extra growing beds simply because it seemed like I was looking for the cause of lag. I don't know that was causing a frame rate drops, but I had twice the size of that as well. I had another one. Okay, now we're set. So let's go up and see where the Aurora is. I'd like to get there before nightfall. Okay, I'm jumping way too high out of the water. Literally becoming a sea ray. Okay, off we go. Seems like the music's going to work with us this time. This video will hit the Aurora. I've already done some partial repairs. There's some of their critters in there, so at least bring a knife or I guess a propulsion gun, which we'll take with us and see how that works. And then right after this I'll go into a video on getting to the islands. I guess some resource videos, how to get copper, gold, silver. Silver, the looking down here. Oh, yep, Poppins. You gotta drive slowly, otherwise you might end up in the middle of a mountain. The silver and gold early in the game, there's a thermal vent right near the escape pod. I think down here we're scanning. Why don't we get out and see? I see a whole building in there, so let's go ahead and hop out. I'll grab the propulsion gun. I've just knocked some stuff around. I've actually never used it as a weapon, so I don't know that it'll work as a very good weapon, but it's worth trying. It's going to take up most of our space. And let's go down here. I played, as I mentioned before, the game on the PC, so a little bit familiar, although not much. I played it when it was earlier and they had a lot more problems with it. It's made some incredible advances, so what's going to come out on the PC should be very nice. I've taken a peek, and like I said, I'll post a companion video so you can get a look at the graphics as a comparison. Let's take out our scanner, which is, oh, wrong button. Not, hopefully it's on us. Where is our scanner? We're going to have oxygen here while we're looking for, there's a scanner. Okay, let me put that in a quick slot. See if there's anything in here to scan. I've scanned most of the desks already. And chairs and a lot of things that are in here. And I will have to save. This one thing you need to do in this game is save quite often. These active lockers? No. Not scannable either. Cash register? Oh no, there's some power cells in it. We'll come back in here and take a look since it's already nighttime. Get some oxygen. Bring this a little bit closer. Turn on the headlights so we can see in here. I would also suggest, if you're new to the game, if you're not, you know this already, pick up quartz every time you can see it. Now there's quartz here, and I do have a lot of quartz, but yeah, do pick it up quite often. Or running low on food. Should have brought the Cyclops. That's the advantage of the Cyclops, is it would have basically your whole food supply there. We might try that so we can venture a little bit further. We got our oxygen back. Let me see if I can get a flashlight. Not that I need it in here now, but take a look in this room. Now, this is what I wanted to see if I can actually access any of these. On the Aurora, you can, and there's an upgrade in there for the Cyclops. Really bouncing all over the place here. But this one doesn't seem like you can do anything with it at all. So I'm assuming they will have some loot or something in these wrecks, because they're not really useful. I mean, they're fun to explore, but unless you've got something else around them, not much you can do. And this area So far there aren't any sand sharks, but normally there are sand sharks. Well, you see sand, you see sand sharks. I'm not going to grab that because we'll just run out of space. I don't want to kill my battery life. So what we will do is go back and get our Cyclops. Oh! Voice feels like I crashed. Hop up. There we go. I'm not going to close that. And I keep a tree everywhere. In the PC version, which will be, I've mentioned the PC version because that is going to be our version coming up on Xbox One. If you don't have power, no, I should never say that because now it's trying to, you know, Mr. Council is trying to talk to me since I have that little camera device. I don't think that's a command word, but I don't want to get it activated too. Okay, and I'm just bringing this because it's easy to come back and get food. And I guess store stuff, even though I could put some food inside the storage space on the sea moth. I'm trying not to call it the sea ray because I don't want to confuse everyone. That's just the name I took because I think the sea ray is the name from the similar looking ship from Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea. I'd love to see a Nautilus from Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea. And yes, I'm a Jules Verne's fan also, so it works both ways. Neither of these hold up to their namesakes. I've taken, yep, it's down here. You can take the sea moth, not hawk, or sea ray in my case, in for a little bit of the journey. The angles become interesting as you're always angled toward ground, proper ground, and parts of the ship are not. And they, of course, they very cleverly, oh, I'm just going to bump on everything here, you know, make the terrain disorienting. When you're out of it, I mean, it's difficult enough. There we go. I don't think it'll fit through this part because if we could turn sideways it would, but yeah, see, it's just going to keep pushing me up, but it's not going to let me. Actually going, wow, I got a fast response there. Okay, that's good. So we'll go ahead and hop out here. I do dislike the way that they throw you out in every direction possible, but the direction you were facing when you got out, or when you parked. So we go through the wreckage, and you can see already that we're getting surface for oxygen up there. There's some loot containers up here as well, and some critters, so you need to be careful of those. We'll get a propulsion cannon, and you can be electrocuted as well. I've done a lot of the repairs here, so I think that some further in, you underwater, you'd come here and repair these. There'll be obvious ruptures in the facility. Yeah, we can hop up here and climb up the ladder. See, propulsion cannon would work, but we'll take it out just in case. I don't know if it would work. Well, let's show you here. In the air, you can try it. Nah, it's not going to work out. And, you know, I think, I don't know. Not doing much of anything right now. So we'll stick to the knife. Yeah, the knife. So over here, not on this side, but the opposite side, you'll see, well, actually, yeah, right here. Both of them look like this, and there'll be one sticking out. Power. It's in here again. I think you can only use one. I'm not sure, but I'll take another one. That upgrade will reduce the amount of power you have to use, or you can use on the ship. So far, it hasn't reduced it greatly. It says by 100%, and then it says by 15%. So it's by some unknown percentage. what we're going to do is get the welder ready, because we're going to be needing that. Scanner, welder, propulsion gun, and let's go back to the knife. Wanted to make a better knife, but I didn't. So let's just hope we don't run into anything. Well, there are critters on the ship. They're little tiny crabs. If you've been to the island, same thing. Don't really do a lot of damage, but they can overwhelm you. Fire will do damage. Fired bad. Rendered uninhabitable during the detonation. I don't know if that's the case you want to inhabit it. It's my understanding if you repair all the radiation leaks on the ship, you can it will stop the radiation. See if I can scan here. Keep the scanner out. So it's going outside, so we'll go in here first. If we can. I don't know if we can. There's a lot of fire here, so it's going very far there. So maybe there's a leak out here. You would think I'd be walking around with a knife instead of a scanner. There is a bug also that the Cyclops will stop pinging, giving its location. So, oh, there's one of these guys. Okay, let me get my knife. Not the welder. And the best thing you can do is when they jump at you, take a swing and corner them with the leg. It makes it much more difficult to hit them. They do maybe a maximum of 5% damage. Yeah, if you get them cornered there, just flailing all over the place here. There we go. We got 10%. There's a case over here, so let's open it. I've never gotten anything good out of the case, so that's a signal. So we'll be able to use that to find something else. Also, if you look in the cases around the ship, I've got too many beacons on here, don't I? You will find other markers that are handy. Not a lot of cases in here. I was assuming something further in here was damaged, but I'm guessing not. Let's go back. Look in the other part of the ship. At least their oxygen filled up. Let's get the flashlight here in a second. Okay. So, and I'll need to save it as well. Save. Save often. Oh, yeah, that's a problem. You'll automatically replace the batteries if you have a spare battery on, which is a shame. Go through batteries. Well, fast. There's an expression that we could use. Just fiery here. I don't think I'm going to be able to get on that side. I know I looked over here before, but I was looking to see if I overlooked anything. Yeah, that's just a big fiery heap of waiting to die. And the battery was low on my flashlight, so. So these other radiation leaks, maybe they're underwater someplace. Could be a short clip in the video. So I'm sure everyone will enjoy just wandering around with me looking for radiation leaks. Since I already got a couple of them, those are very handy. Anywhere around here. Something up here. Daylight certainly helps. found one. There we go. So it looks like they might all be under here. Should be great. Every time you enter the game, it will tell you if they've all been repaired or not. So we've got a couple remaining. Might need to go up for a little bit of auction in a moment, but we can find these other guys. I'm going to go with they're down here. We'll just circle each one of these. So if I don't clip it, then maybe it paid off. You got a chance to see where one of them was. Could be up higher too. And they don't have to all be down here. I might need to go. Oh, there's another one. So I'll add two more. Haven't been looking up, so we'll have one more after this. Well, it should tell us.
Containment breach repaired.
Oh,
Further breaches
nope,
detected.
one more left. Let's get some air. Yeah, I guess we want to eat some food and drink some water. Because this seems like the best place to do it. I have some cured fish with me. Daylight returning would make the job a lot easier. Actually, let's see if we can put it into the sea glide. I'll make it a little bit easier. Better lighting. I suppose I should save after fixing that. We're on this side already, so let's run this side. Listening for audio cues, but I haven't really picked up on a yet. Judging from the locations of the last two, they're going to be probably hiding them. Cleverly being right out in the open, where I've obviously missed them, and they could be on the walls too, I suppose, but these are the reactors. I think these are the only reactors. Well, we'll check the other side just to make sure. I'll do a save since I have saved, since I repaired those. That off for a second. Come up here. This falling debris will cause damage. 3, 4? No, I think there's only 4. There were some repairs up top, so we'll... if I can jump that. Oh, that's Y. I keep hitting A to jump. Ooh. Oh, pretty cool. Oh, I did get hit by some debris there. Go. Can't grab any of those. See no repairs there. No repairs there. And if you're watching the video, you're probably saying, "Oh, you idiot, it is right there in front of you." I'm also looking for stuff to scan. Could be one I partially repaired. Doesn't look like it needs repair, but I might get to the point where I'm trying some of those. Well, let's go up on this side. See if we can find anything without getting electrocuted. left. Should be in an obvious place. So obvious that I can clearly find it. So I'm going with the approach that they are, oh, there it is, that they're hiding it from me when it is just staring me right in the face. And viewers, you've probably seen it a few times wondering what is the deal. So this should get rid of the radiation so you don't have the radiation suit in the area, which means you can explore the area a little bit better. "3 days. So we gotta wait 3 days for that.
High energy particle containment field restored. Auto decontamination sequence initiated. Aquatic radiation levels are estimated to return to safe levels in T-minus 3 days, 10 hours.
3 days, 10 hours. Okay, well, we'll go back up to the bridge here. We'll save that. Just in case our game decides to crash. Could jump off the top of the bridge into the water, but I left my sea moth inside the bay here. And you don't, obviously you could just take the sea glide in, you don't have to drive it in, but first time I came I did not know what to expect, so how far I had to go. Let's see what happens here. We keep going that way, but there's nothing that way. Although I might jump off and go back the other way just for the sake of not running into many things and dying. We get around here. Can't crouch, so that one's definitely out. And we're interrupted by a little bit of a thunderstorm here. Hopefully we won't lose power. Let's get rid of this guy. Oh, come on. Make up your mind. Where'd you go? Oh, there he is. Yeah. You can't see him there. So that's how they can, I guess, kill you, because they're going to keep jumping on you. There he is. Let's go jump on him. Get him on the ground. There we go. It doesn't take much to kill him. Particularly if you're reeling around. This is the one I opened. It looks like it's in sad shape. Not much to there, but I might jump in just to see what's on this end. No, I guess I can just come back there. I don't want to lose that. Okay. Looks like there's only 2 up here so far. Those little guys. I want to jump and get myself stuck in an area that wasn't meant for jumping. There are cargo containers outside, and we did get one, well, a couple things actually. One being the upgrade to the ship, which we'll see if they stack or not, and the other being well, the signal, whatever that is. It's probably the island that I already found. But if not, that would be great. There's also, I can tell you there are a couple more signals out there. Sometimes you have to put them in your suit, wear them as an upgrade to your own suit. Let's see if I can get the sea glide out here. Yeah. And this one, it definitely doesn't look like it goes in your suit. Here's the sea glide.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Sounds like she is welcoming me aboard the captain. exit. Just on the side right over here. Oh, spinning every which way. I see the exit. Just need to grab a hold of that spinning. And bounce myself right off the side. Again, the end of the optimization will be greatly welcomed on my behalf. And here is something that I guess we could scan. I know the propulsion gun works in the water. Now, since we have one right above us, I guess we won't scan this right now. Health kit. But, and there's no reason to. This was the objective of the video, so we hit that. So I'll go ahead and leave it here. I will start another video with the signal and a couple of the resource allocations. Looks like that stalker is going to follow us everywhere. So this is Ice and Quinn. Thanks for watching. You can catch me, Ice and Quinn, on YouTube, on Twitter, on all platforms. I'm Ice and Quinn everywhere, except for on Twitter. I am Rudolph Pearson. Thanks for watching, and you can find my Twitter account listed wherever you're watching me right now, unless someone's saved it on a CD and brought it to you for some strange reason. So thanks for watching, and remember to have a good day.